Right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Developing tonight, a missing mother presumed dead. The father of her children charged with murder.
Why and how can you do this to your children's mother? You know, they have nothing now.
Tonight, a family's desperate search for closure.
The Weather First team continues the weather alert. I'm timing out our chances for more snow showers.
And the Mizzou Tigers making a roar off the field in Texas. Tonight, 5 on your side with team coverage from Arlington as the team gears up for the Cotton Bowl. But we begin at 10 with a live look on the roads right now from the Weather First Storm Tracker. Tonight, more snow is falling on St. Louis, but it's not sticking much to the ground or the pavement. We remain in a weather alert tonight. Good evening. I'm Brent Solomon. Mike and Kelly have the night off. A wintry mix is expected to stick with us overnight before another round heads our way tomorrow. Weather First meteorologist Jim Castillo is tracking it all for us. What are we looking at, Jim?
Well, hi, Brent. So, you know, that temperature earlier this evening was 35 degrees. We're still at 35, so well above freezing. And we did have at one point right at Lambert those big snowflakes that came down and did accumulate a little bit on the grassy surfaces, but that's it. It melted very quickly. Owensville had about an inch of snow, and we had those grassy surfaces around the Alton area and Baldwin. Also some accumulation there. And at Lambert, about 2/100ths of an inch of snow, or 2/10ths of an inch of snow, I should say. But we had a total precip of 31/100ths. Again, some snow around the area. Most of it's north right now. And so we're just watching this band of snow. It does look like this low punched in some drier air. We call it dry slotting. So a lot of dry air is entrenched in the middle of this thing. So we're not seeing much around the metro. You have to go up to Greene County and Jersey County and just portions of those counties to get a little bit of snow there. It's really winding down. And then same thing, Salem, Illinois had a little bit of snow that's been showing up on the radar, but not adding up to any problems on the roadways. We do have another chance of snow tomorrow late in the day and tomorrow night. Much more on that coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then, Jim. There have been a handful of accidents on our roadways, but no major issues to report tonight. Our Laura Bacheski is in our Weather First Storm Tracker on I-270 in Madison County with a look at what she's seeing right now. Hey there, Laura.
Yeah, Brent, we are on 270 right now, coming up on 55 here in Illinois. We've seen some pretty big snowflakes, but it's all very wet, as Jim said, not really sticking to the roadways. Let me turn the camera around for you. So Jim Castillo said earlier, a lot of this snow is really only sticking to the grass. We don't actually even see a whole lot of that right now. But overnight, as the temperature drops a little more, you'll have to be very careful on those bridges and overpasses as the cold air tunnels underneath it, making it even more slippery. This is what it looked like earlier today in Baldwin. Nice big fluffy flakes sticking to the grass there. That is exactly what we're talking about. A lot of people say that's the best kind of snow because it's not really clogging up our roads. One driver tells me she really wasn't actually expecting it to snow today. She was driving around all afternoon and it got really slushy in some spots.
I was like, oh, it's snowing. I went to get her skates sharpened in O'Fallon, Illinois, and it was pretty slick then. It was cold. And then St. Charles Rock Road, it was slushy. People were going too fast.
According to MoDOT, on the maps, all the roads are still showing up green, which means they are still very clear. Just be mindful of your speed late in tonight, into tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning when many of you might be headed back to work. We are seeing a little bit bigger flakes and some accumulation on the side of the road here, but again, be careful, check your maps before you leave, and just go slow out there, go the speed limit in the places where it's safe to do so. Reporting live from 55, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
Very good advice, Laura. Thanks. Remember, you can get the latest Weather First forecast any time of day. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355. We'll send it straight to your phone. You can also get the latest on the forecast and road conditions tomorrow morning on Today in St. Louis. That begins at 4 a.m. Developing tonight, a St. Louis man sits in a Wisconsin jail, now charged with murdering his missing ex-girlfriend. 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend spoke with the Florissant woman's aunt in an emotional interview you'll only see on 5 on Your Side. Robert.
Brent, Markeisha Williams' aunt says there's some comfort knowing her niece's ex-boyfriend is now facing first-degree murder charges, but heartbroken family members have many questions and they want the body of their missing loved one found.
She was very, very sweet. She loved her kids.
Markeisha Williams was excited about Christmas and looking forward to spending it with her 4 children.
Beautiful tree up, lit up. She had the lights on. So, yeah, she was ready.
Sadly, the family's holiday celebration never happened. Sandy Bagley says on the morning of December 20th, this surveillance video shows her niece and Markeisha's ex-boyfriend, Trenton Ivy, dropped off their 2-year-old son at a North St. Louis daycare.
Maybe they were arguing that morning. The scene looked a little stressful.
Bagley says later that night, Markeisha did not pick up her children from her mom's home and family members became worried.
She is always on time.
Her family reported the 29-year-old Florissant mom as missing. Williams' relatives, volunteers, and police searched for her for several days.
We've been in the woods. We've been in water.
But no sign of their loved one. On Friday, police arrested Trenton Ivy outside Milwaukee on unrelated charges of using a dangerous weapon, resisting an officer, and fleeing from an officer. Investigators say Ivy was seen driving Williams' Jeep, which had blood and biological material in it, plus her personal items.
It's devastating. She was really trying to co-parent with him, but she had started dating someone else.
Wisconsin detectives also say Ivy told them he killed Williams in St. Louis during a fight and then disposed her body somewhere along Interstate 55.
Why and how can you do this to your children's mother? You know, they have nothing now. We just want to bring her home, lay her to rest.
Now, the family tells me they will keep searching for Williams until they find her body. Again, Trenton Ivy is being held without bond tonight in a Wisconsin jail. No word yet on when he will be brought back to St. Louis.
Robert Townsend reporting tonight. This Troy, Illinois man faces attempted murder charges in connection to a weekend home invasion. Police arrested Gabriel Kammerer Saturday. Investigators say officers showed up to a home on Lanahan Drive after a woman called 911 screaming for help. According to police, Kammerer was armed with a knife. The victim suffered several cuts and stab wounds. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Tomorrow, the Missouri woman who conspired with her boyfriend to kill her mother is expected to walk out of prison. The Missouri Department of Corrections confirms Gypsy Blanchard will be released on parole. She's currently serving a 10-year prison sentence for the 2015 death of her mother, Dee Dee. Gypsy says her mother was abusive and made her believe that she had muscular dystrophy as part of a medical fraud scheme. Nurses at St. Louis University Hospital will be back on the picket line tomorrow. They walked off the job this morning as part of a 48-hour strike, demanding better pay, safer working conditions, and less outsourcing of jobs. SSM Health says it is committed to patient safety and adds negotiations can only progress when both sides are engaged.
This 5 on Your Side Cotton Bowl coverage is sponsored by Holland Injury Law.
Well, tonight, the Missouri Tigers are in Texas with something more to prove as they prepare to face Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. And the big game is just 2 days away. 5 on Your Side's Mercedes McKay is in Arlington, where she caught up with the team as they spent some time off of the field.
Missouri fans are slowly starting to trickle in here to Dallas as black and gold begins to fill up the Lone Star State. Earlier today, I was able to catch up with the Missouri Tiger football team as they made some local children smile. It was a sea of black and gold inside Scottish Rite Children's Hospital in Dallas.
Every year we have one of the teams from the Cotton Bowl that comes and
celebrates with us.
An annual tradition for the local pediatric orthopedic hospital for the past 40 years.
It's a way for them to have a little bit of a distraction from what they're working through.
Now, for the Cotton Bowl's 88th year, it was the Missouri Tigers' turn to be that distraction.
I'm super excited to be here, create relationships and, just have a good time with the kids.
The football team played games with patients, signed autographs, and families even walked away with some Mizzou swag. Coach Eli Drinkowitz presented a former Scottish Rite patient, Rain Urich, with her very own Mizzou jersey and named her honorary captain.
It is very cool. I've never worn a jersey before, so I'm really excited.
A dream come true for the high school student who wants to be a coach when she gets older.
I just kind of want to see where the world takes me. There are so many opportunities for women now.
5 on Your Side was also able to catch up with East St. Louis native Luther Burden III, who told us representing St. Louis in the Cotton Bowl is a huge blessing.
It's everything to me, I've been watching Mizzou my whole life, so for me to just, be a part of that brotherhood.
And as for what the star wide receiver had to say to his Missouri Tiger fans back home.
Shout out MIZ, shout out St. Louis, we on the map. I love y'all.
That former patient you just heard from was actually able to go to the Missouri Tiger practice, which happened shortly after that Children's Hospital visit, and she'll be with the team for the rest of the week. In Arlington, Mercedes McKay, 5 on Your Side.
Good stuff, Mercedes. Both Mercedes and sports director Frank Cusimano are in Arlington this week to cover Mizzou in the Cotton Bowl. Later in sports, Frank talks to the players as they prepare for the big game. A bittersweet birthday celebration today at the St. Louis Zoo. Today was Raja's the elephant's 31st birthday. The zoo released this video of Raja celebrating last week with popcorn, fruit, and hay. Raja was the first Asian elephant born at the zoo, and this could be his last birthday in St. Louis. Raja will be moved to Columbus sometime in late 2024 or early 2025 in an effort to keep Asian elephants from going extinct.